You know what's not hot?
Let's hear it.
The under the collar of Stanfield Lane, because he found out once again, while he might be a daddy of some, and some of us might wish that he was our daddy, he's not the father of Lauren Boebert.
Yeah, this show's a politics free zone, but we got to touch this. Not from a
Well,
political
maybe the
standpoint.
politics should stop touching the wrestling.
In fairness, it was her mother who touched the rassler, but
Come on.
if we're this thing, here's the thing, my understanding. This thing was actually put to bed many years ago by Stan. He took a test from what I understood, but there's been rampant rumors and just lies told by journalists here and there, and whether people in wrestling or the actual media. And apparently Stan finally just had enough and was like, look, I'll take the test again. And it came out that apparently he was not the father, or is not the father. And it's really sad. I have a family member who's in a similar situation, not a similar situation, is in that situation. Like,
Which one? Which situation?
She doesn't know who her dad is.
Oh, that's sad.
And her mom passed away, and the mom, long story short, claims she don't know either, and which I think is bullcrap, because as this person I'm related to said, how many fucking people was she fucking that she don't have a clue? So, it's just one of those things where...
But here's the thing. If she was down at the wrestling in 1985, because Lauren Boebert was born in 86, is it out of the question that some gentleman wrestlers ran a train on her?
Bro, even then, man, I mean, just based on proximity of time frame, when you got knocked up. So
not if the entire stud stable tried to sire themselves inside of you at the same time.
Okay, if it's
think about 6 or 7 wrestlers, just they're different DNA mixing inside of some incubator.
If it's 8, then there's your pool to test. And if it's not one of them, then the mama's lying.
Well, maybe she was facing the other way and didn't see who snuck in line.
Bruh, I don't hear that, man. And then we got fake Stan Lane over in the Twitter streets having fun with it. You ought to go check out that ridiculous Twitter feed. He's got his pinned tweet is from a tweet that Boebert tweeted out during Christmas, and he quote retweets it and says, "No invite?" with a question mark behind it.
Come on. I'm surprised that some of the more idiotic listeners we have, and boy, that's a high bar that you have to clear to be in that field, aren't reaching out asking if they can be your daddy.
The Eye of Gibson, he told me, he's like, man, I'm shocked fake Stan Lane hasn't been blocked yet by her. I was like, man, them politicians ain't checking their Twitter feeds. They got people doing that mess for them, man. They're not looking at the mentions. They're smart, at least in that perspective. They get people to read their bull crap so they don't have to read it.
So if you're out there, here's the thing. We talk a lot about parenting because, that's real for you and I, and it's cautionary tales for Harper, to hear so that he doesn't procreate. But once you have a kid, you really do need to dig in. It's a lot of work, but, the kids deserve it, right?
I'd be mad at my mom more than anything in that situation. Like, I'd be like my relative who's like, how many goddamn people were you screwing? I mean, dude, it's not like
Harper is on. We need to dial him in.
All right.
God, he was 3 minutes early, Mike.
What the hell? Maybe we ought to tell him we're getting started early more often. That maybe he'll.
Maybe we got something here.
Yeah, we might have stumbled upon a gimmick here, huh, bro? Let's ask him what he thinks of Stan Lane and father and What was the thing back on Saturday night?
That
Unwed
he was
mothers
at
of
the home for wayward,
yeah,
the
unwed mothers.
unwed mothers. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
What's up?
Harper, we're already on. How are you doing tonight? And are you willing to go on the record and say you are not Lauren Boebert's father?
Oh, that chick's hot. I didn't realize she looked that damn fine.
We're trying. Okay, so hold on, because we need to hit both sides of the aisles, or everybody's going to get mad.
Hit both
Which
sides.
one would you pick, Lauren Boebert or Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez?
That's what I was thinking. She's like the Republican version of the AOL broad.
AOC?
Yeah, whatever.
So you think that maybe in the House chamber they ought to have some foxy boxing?
Come on.
Maybe a little mud pit off to the side where like all the old white men have like cash in their hands and fists where they're betting on these two broads. Hey. Tell you what, we'll pass health care if she wins.
The winner gets you can buy machine guns anywhere in the U.S. and if you win, we're going to end global warming. Let's go.
I'm still stuck on AOL.
Yeah. Well, so do you know who Lauren Boebert's? We asked if you wanted to be her dad, not her date.
Oh, I don't want to be fucking nobody's dad.
That's the correct answer.
Harper's too young. I mean, she was born in '86. He wasn't even shooting.
You're telling me that 8-year-old Harper wasn't capable?
Well,
I don't know. Let's see, 8 years old. I don't know. I was probably thinking about He-Man.
I'm gonna say, I was the 8-year-old Harper's like, come here, girl.
Come here, girl.
Well, hold on. You talking about you were thinking about He-Man? You know, you was
He-Man
watching Missy around that time too. So,
oh, your girl from Weird Science.
Oh God, yeah, we all had a thing for her.
Who didn't? Kelly LeBrock?
Yeah. Did she marry Steven Seagal?
I think so, and she looks different these days.
He's a disaster.
Yeah, and his hair, Jesus Christ.
A whole lot of celebrities that are disasters, if we're going to be real.
Just celebrities or everyone?
The world's a mess, if we're going to be frank. But
it is. Can you imagine the conversations that are happening on the spaceships that are hovering around the Earth, just watching us?
Like the aliens or like astronauts?
The aliens. The astronauts. Yeah, it's the aliens.
Yeah, they're probably, look at these assholes.
We'd invade them, but what could we do with them? They're too pitiful to do anything.
I'll just give them a new phone. They'll be okay.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, speaking of depressing, Harper, we're here to talk about Starrcade 91. This is, as Mike said earlier, Jim Hurd's last pay-per-view. The reign of terror ends. No more free pepperoni pizzas in the back.
Come on.
So I'm assuming that with Hurd out, everything will take a meteoric uptick immediately. Is that correct?
No, right?
No.
I mean,
we have bigger problems than Hurd now.
Well, you're just not going to turn things on a dime. You know how it is.
It's like trying to turn a fucking an aircraft carrier.
Yeah,
that has syphilis.
Well, come on.
They're all pulling a train on the House of Representatives' parents.
That's okay. We're done with the politics portion of the show, even though it was a wrestling portion as well.
That's right. Yeah. Don't. Hey, we won't come into your lane if you stay out of ours.
Yeah, leave Stan alone. Damn it.
For real.
You do, Stan.
He's trying to mind his own business, sitting at the house watching fucking TV, and he's like, "What the fuck am I still being dragged into this shit for?"
Dude, Stan's got to be in like his late 70s. I mean, late 60s, early 70s, and he's.
Well, Cornette said that he's 70.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I didn't think he was that goddamn old.
It's happening. It's all getting away from us. But do you think he looks down at his balls and he's like, "They're still talking about us, boys."
You still got one more match in you.
Oh, come on.
Let's go stretch.
Uh,
Well, hey,
Stanfield.
How old was Bobby Eaton?